To start, we need to cut our fish. You want them not to be too small. Any type of white fish works really well with this dish. It can be cod, it can be haddock, but it really needs to be a firm type of a white fish so that it doesn't fall to pieces. Now I'm just gonna wash my hands. So now we just want to season our fish. I'm just gonna get some salt and white pepper. 1 egg white. I'm just adding in the egg white so that it makes the batter crispier. Give that a little mix and set it aside. Now we can start prepping our veg. So first up, I'm just gonna slice up some ginger. My usual little teaspoon trick. I just need a few slices of ginger here to flavor the oil. Now we're just gonna slice the onion. So sweet and sour is probably one of the most famous flavor combinations that come from China. And who doesn't like a sweet and sour? You probably usually get it with pork or chicken, but I'm really going to urge you to try it with fish. It tastes, honestly, even better. So I'm just gonna cut half a green pepper, and you still want to keep the vegetables quite chunky because you really don't want them to disappear into the sauce. Half a red pepper. And a carrot. So quickly just peel it. I quite like to have a bit of fun with my carrot, and I'm just going to make it into a little flower shape. To do this, you just hold the carrot still and you make a little insert. Cut 4 wedges out of the carrot lengthways, and then when you slice it, you'll have lovely flowers. Of course, you don't have to do this, but I just think it is quite pretty. You might even help your kids eat a few more carrots. Lastly, I'm just gonna chop a few scallions for our garnish at the end. Okay, now that's our veg all prepped, and so now we're gonna move on to the sauce. Now, first in, we're gonna add some sugar. It might look like a lot of sugar, but hey, it's sweet and sour. We're gonna add in the ketchup and some vinegar. So this is a really special white rice vinegar and has a subtle, not too strong a flavor, so it's perfect for this dish. Now, for that fruity flavor in the sauce, you really want to have some pineapple juice, or I like to use the juice from the tinned pineapple, as it's slightly thicker and sweeter. Okay, now give that a good mix, and we'll start on the batter. So I have some plain flour, and to that, I'm gonna add some corn flour. Now, you can just use plain flour, but I like to add in some corn flour because it gives me a crispier finish. So I have my oil here that has been heating. I'm looking for those little bubbles. The oil seems to be just hot enough. And now we're just going to coat our fish to give it a light and crispy batter. I'm just coating them here individually. But actually, if you want a thicker batter, you can put all of the flour into the fish, so when you shallow fry it, the batter will become a little bit thicker. This is a really famous Shanghainese dish. Now, I first had it with my grandmother in China, and I remember when this got brought out, it was deep fried, it was a whole fish, head and tail and everything, and then there was this glorious sweet and sour sauce laced all over it. It was so delicious. I was hooked. Once the fish pieces are all coated, place them carefully into the hot oil. So they'll be in the oil for 3 to 4 minutes on each side. You want to keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Turn them after a few minutes, and once they're a lovely golden colour, remove them from the oil. That's my gorgeous crispy fish all ready. I'm just gonna set the oil over here. Add a drizzle of oil in the pan. Like all stir fries, it's gonna happen very quickly. So I'm gonna add in some ginger. just to flavor the oil. You can really smell the lovely aroma from this. Now we're just going to add in the onion and all the veg. So we're just going to stir fry this for 3 to 4 minutes before we add in the sauce and the pineapple. As a kid, this is one of my favorite dishes, and I always used to try and fish out all the lovely chunky pineapple pieces. We're just gonna let that simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. So at this stage, you can check on the sauce here and see if you like the consistency. I would like it to be a little bit thicker, so now we're just going to add a teaspoon of potato starch with some cold water, around 2 tablespoons. Corn flour also works. And it's really, really important to use cold water to thicken. Now, you need to turn that down before you add this in, because if it's too hot, the sauce can actually turn a little bit gloopy. So you want to turn down the heat and then stir and add your potato starch water. I'm really happy with that now, so we can add in the fish. Doesn't it look so good? So you just want to coat the fish in the sauce. Time to plate up. So you have the lovely, juicy pineapple, crunchy vegetables, and the delicateness of this fish. I can't wait to try this. I almost forgot my spring onions. Let me give it a quick sprinkle. It is the perfect sweet and sour. You get that lovely tanginess from that rice vinegar. Promise me, you'll try it at home.